That was a private hospital I used to work at. This is a hotel. They have indoor slides and stuff like that. This is on the way to his therapy. There's the park and ride. Crosses this intersection. Goes up here a little bit. This is why it's in between Pewaukee and Delafield on Gulf Road, which they call County Road. There's another intersection that goes across, and that's the exit to the freeway. So this is just up here, and here we are. So that took him just a few minutes to get from the Quick Trip to have his therapy. I've been to this Quick Trip quite a few times. This is the DMV. It's where I get my driving license from. It looked a bit weedy, but it kind of does. Yeah, this is a private hospital, used to be, but it's not no more. I used to work in there. This is a trail, so there's trails. And of course, there's some wildlife. This is, like I said, a hotel. The back is just, homes or, there is a gulf. I mean, there's water back there too, somewhere. So this is what I call the back roads. When that freeway is all shit, I-94, I will use the side roads. This is the side road on Gulf Road. Gulf Road to take you anywhere. So you don't have to use the freeway. This road just takes you all west up to Walk and places. Then if you go east, it takes you, into Pewaukee and then the MATC. Yeah. So let's get to the trial. We're playing catch up here. This is from this morning court, but we're skipped through the breaks. Let's get to it. Hurry up.
Proceed, everybody. Thank you very much. All 14 jurors are here, and everybody's here. All right, let's go. Come on up.
Okay, we'll call Detective Fredericks. Please swear that the testimony you're about to give in this matter before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do. All right, have a seat, sir. Thank you. And tell us your name, please.
Brian, B-R-I-A-N, F-R-E-D-E-R-I-C-K-S.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Detective Fredericks, where are you employed?
The Waukesha County Sheriff's Department.
And how long have you been employed there?
Since 2010.
Is that the totality of your law enforcement experience?
It's not.
Okay, where did you work before that?
I worked 13 years for the City of Pewaukee Police Department.
What are your current duties at the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department?
I'm assigned to the Detective Bureau.
How long have you been assigned to the Bureau?
14 years.
And as part of your assignment to the Detective Bureau, what types of cases do you typically work in the Detective Bureau?
I largely work sensitive crimes cases.
Okay. Do you have a particular set of detectives that work only on death investigations or homicides?
We don't have what I would describe as homicide detectives or homicide unit. We just have detectives, and some are assigned to financial investigations, others to sensitive crimes, and then out of that group, certain detectives are assigned to death investigations.
And were you dispatched to a scene on September 9th of 2022 related to a body that was located?
Yes.
Who else was dispatched to that scene on that day?
There were several detectives, several members of patrol, and myself and Detective Plennis were specifically contacted by our captain and requested to respond to the scene.
When you're asked to respond to the scene, do you know what your role or your duties within that investigation are going to be?
Shortly after arriving on the scene, our captain advised Detective Plennis and myself that this would be our investigation.
When you have two detectives that are assigned as co-leads, how does that work as the investigation proceeds?
Typically what will happen is we sort of split the assignments because there's a lot of work to be done. And so we sort of divvy up and decide who's going to work on what and what the other person will work on.
Why is it important as a lead detective in an investigation to respond directly to the scene?
Well, it's great to get eyes on the scene and have a look at what's happening, where the victim is, and any environmental, the lay of the land, basically.
Important for you to know what you see out there and how that might play into the investigation going forward?
That's correct.
So when you arrived to the location near OAW, was that in Waukesha County, Wisconsin?
Yes, ma'am.
What happens when you get there?
Upon arrival, we were escorted by a deputy to the area where they had located the victim.
Now, you said you were escorted by a deputy. Were there a number of law enforcement officers, detectives in the area where the body had been located by the time you get there?
Yes.
A lot of activity outside of OAW at that time?
That is correct.
A lot of squad cars?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you get to the area of the body, what were some observations that you made that you're thinking might be important in your investigation going forward?
I noted that the victim was just lying on the ground on her back, and that she had been in advanced stage of decomposition and was largely skeletal in her head area.
At the point that you are at the scene with the deceased person, was anyone able to say for certain that this was a male or a female?
We were not.
Why not?
Because, again, of the advanced state of decomposition.
So as you take a look at the scene, did you kind of survey the area where the body was located?
Yes, I did.
What observations did you make while standing in the area of the body?
Well, it was inside of an area that was surrounded by tall trees, and there was some width to it. I was able to see that there was a golf course to the north, and then there was more trees to the west and to the east, and that the body was several feet or yards actually into the woods from where the tree line and that meadow area come together.
Okay. And you heard some testimony from Mr. Fricano about some illegal farming that was happening, and you were also with us in the jury when we went out to the scene. Where was that illegal farming, based on your understanding, happening?
My understanding is that it was happening to the south and east.
Okay. So further east than where the jury had the opportunity to view things?
That's correct.
All right. So is your first order of business in this investigation determining who it is that's deceased in the woods?
Yes.
Why?
Victimology is really the most important starting point because it gives us an idea of not only who this individual is, but then we can start to look into their life to see who they are, who they're friends with, who their family is, to make notifications and attempt to determine how this victim, in this case, ended up where she did.
Okay. So the body's found on September 9th. About 3 days later, you and Detective Seitz are working on identification of the deceased person.
That's correct.
And ultimately, the medical examiner was able to make a positive identification. And what did you do next?
Myself and Detective Plennis went to the victim's parents' residence to notify them.
What did you bring with you when you went to their residence?
I had brought photographs of the victim's shoes and a costume-style ring that she had.
Why do you bring these photos to her parents?
To see if they were able to confirm that, in fact, it was their daughter.
If the deceased had not been in such advanced stages of decomposition, would it be ordinary for your department to bring photos of the deceased, the body that you had located to a person to make identification? Or are you always using personal objects to make those identifications?
Depending on the condition of the deceased, ideally we would not want to bring the family to a scene or pictures, especially if it's a particularly gruesome crime.
Okay, so pretty common that you're using these items of personal effects that might be found with the victim.
That is correct.
In this case, there was no identification located on the person, correct?
Correct.
And so you really had to use these other items in order to determine who this might be.
Yes.
So once you speak with her parents, those were Georgianne and Richard Pavlons,
Correct.
where did you speak with them?
At their residence in Delafield.
When you first made contact with them, do you know what type of investigation this is?
No.
Okay. You know it's a death investigation, right?
Correct.
Do you know at this point if it's a suicide?
No,
Do you know if it's a homicide?
no.
You just need to figure out what happened, right?
We wanted to, again, confirm that this was in fact Stephanie Pavlon's and notify the parents that we had found her.
When you speak with Ms. Georgianne and Mr. Richard Pavlon's, were you able to obtain some information about where Stephanie may have been living?
Yes.
Why is that important?
Because again, we could follow up to see who she may be living with, anybody else who may have some additional information as to how she ended up in the middle of the woods.
Based on that conversation, was it your understanding that Stephanie was living full-time with her parents?
She was not living full-time with her parents.
Who was she living with?
She was living with the defendant,
And who is that?
Matthew Pahl.
Can you please identify him by where he's seated and an item of clothing he's wearing?
Judge, I'll stipulate ID.
And then Paul says, she don't
Did you
live with
learn
me.
where
She
Matthew
lives with her
Pahl was
parents. I haven't
Yes.
seen her
Where
for a
was that?
long time.
1001 Delafield Street in the city of Waukesha.
That's what he said.
So
Anyway,
even though Mr. Paul lived in the city of Waukesha, that would be the city of Waukesha's jurisdiction, right?
Correct.
Why did this case, why was it investigated by the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department?
Because the victim was recovered in the town of Delafield, which is outside of the city of Waukesha and within our jurisdiction.
Okay. So you have now a possible residence for Ms. Stephanie Pavlon's. Were you given any information about the relationship that she had with Matt
it's
Paul?
the county of
That
Waukesha.
They had a child in common. And that
But
she lived,
Pewaukee,
again,
Delafield,
again,
or
just to say,
Commonwealth,
she
we're all
lived with Mr. Paul
suburbs.
sometimes and lived with her parents
know.
sometimes.
And how old was Stephanie at the time of her death?
I believe she was 44 years old.
Did you also need to learn her phone number?
Yes.
Why?
We obtained the phone number so that we can obtain phone records to see who the, in this case, who Stephanie was communicating with, who she had regular contact with, and we do that through phone records for the provider.
So those can be a
Yeah,
really helpful
track
tool
her
in
phone.
your investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
Who gave you Stephanie's phone number?
Her mother did.
And do you recall what that phone number is? If you
No.
don't remember it off the top of your head, that's okay. You have a lot of information. So after you get her residence, her phone number,
What the hell?
did you try
Look
to
it
get
up.
a ballpark of when Georgianne and Richard had last seen Stephanie?
We did.
Why?
Because again, we're trying to establish sort of a timeline of when she's last seen with people and how close we can get that to when she's ultimately discovered.
Okay, so what did Georgianne and Richard tell you about the approximate date of the last
I
time they
just
seen
wonder
her,
why,
spoken to her, anything
you
like
know,
that?
They had indicated that it had been
Matthew,
approximately 3 weeks since they had contact with
she
her.
don't live
And
with
you speak
me.
to them on September 12th?
Correct.
So 3 weeks would take us
Stinking
back to
liar.
about mid-August, does that sound right?
Sounds correct.
August 20th or 21st?
Yes.
Did they tell you where they thought she was going when the last time they saw her?
They did. They indicated that she was planning on going with Mr. Paul to the YMCA to go swimming.
So what do you do with that information?
We went then to the YMCA. Mrs. Pavlon's had advised us that she, Stephanie Pavlon's, and Matthew Pahl frequented the YMCA on Broadway Avenue in the city of Waukesha. And so we went there to check to see when the last time she had been at that location.
And when was the last time that Stephanie Pavlon checked in at that location?
It was on August 21st, 2022.
And about what time?
It was 1:30ish in the afternoon.
What do you do next in your investigation now that you have this information from the parents?
Well, we started asking the parents about any relationships she was in and who she had hung out with, any kind of friendships that she had, things like that.
Did she have any friends that you needed to follow up with?
We were advised that she had no friends.
Was she talking to any other males other than Mr. Paul that the parents were aware of?
Not that the parents were aware of, no.
Okay, so the primary person that you need to follow up with now is Mr. Matt Paul?
That is correct.
Once you learned that he lives at the Willow Park apartment, did your department begin gathering surveillance video from there?
Yes, we did.
Why?
Again, we want to shore up the timeline of when she's last seen alive. And since we had information that Stephanie was residing at least on a part-time basis at that location, we want to look at surveillance video and see when we see her coming and going from that location.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's previously been admitted as Exhibit 71. We can go to the next slide. Detective Fredericks, you assisted in putting together this PowerPoint for all these videos that were relevant in your investigation.
Yes.
Okay. What are we looking at here on slide 2?
Slide 2 on the left is an overview or on top of type of photograph of 1001 Delafield Street. It has the numbers 4 and 7 indicating exit doors. And the photo on the right is an outside photograph of 1001 Delafield Street, also with the 4 and 7 indicators on there.
Okay. And the 7, fair to say that the door that's listed as 7 is actually in the corner of that building further to the left of the building?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. And what was the significance of the numbers as it related to the videos that you watched and reviewed?
Those are the door numbers where we frequently saw Matthew Pahl and Stephanie Pavlons coming and going from.
Okay. And the videos are listed in order, in date order by the door. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
All right. So as you start to review this video, were you aware if Stephanie Pavlons had a key or access herself to the apartment?
We were not provided that information, no.
Okay. So as you're reviewing the video, is that something that you're trying to determine?
Yes.
Okay. If we could go to slide 3, please. So this video is from, looks like door 7, is that accurate?
That is correct.
From August 20th of 2022 at 1:33 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if we can play this video, please. All right, looks like we're having a little trouble with this. Detective Fredericks, do you remember reviewing the video from August 20th?
Yes.
We're going to take it down from the screen. We'll work on the technical difficulties. What was significant about the video that you recall from August 20th?
As I recall, the video shows at one point through that door, Mr. Pahl coming through the door, closing the door, but sort of not securing it, sort of propping it open just a little bit.
Okay, why did that have importance in your investigation?
Well, because shortly thereafter, Stephanie is seen coming through that door,
And what did that indicate to you?
that she did not have a key.
Okay. The next video that you reviewed was from, there's actually a couple videos. One was from August 21st, does that sound right?
Does.
Okay, and what was the significance of that?
I believe it was a similar situation.
So you learned that she last at the YMCA on the 21st, right?
Correct.
And so based on these videos, you can confirm that Stephanie Pavlons had been at the Willow Park Apartments with Mr. Pahl on both August 20th and August 21st.
That is correct.
Detective Fredericks, did you review video then prior to August 20th in your investigation?
Yes.
Why?
Again, we were looking for patterns of movement between Mr. Pahl and Ms. Pavlons.
Okay. And it was clear, based on your review of the video, that Ms. Pavlons was staying at Mr. Pahl's apartment, entering and exiting possibly through different doors.
Yes.
And that was in the days leading up to August 23rd. Is that accurate?
That is accurate, yes.
Give the court reporter a break for my fast talking. Table is fixed to switch the input to my computer? Okay. Yep. Yeah, no, I'm good. Detective, we're looking at Exhibit 71 again. This is the first slide. We'll go to slide 2 just to make sure this is the same thing. And here, now I think we're looking at August 20th at 1:33 p.m., right?
That is correct.
Okay, this is slide 3. We're going to go ahead. It's already playing. went to the next slide. I'm so sorry. This is why I shouldn't be allowed to drive. All right, so we're gonna go back here because I went too far forward. I apologize. We're just gonna start. Oh, you're on the wrong one. All right, we are now on slide 2, 3. Okay, pause it at 134. Who have you seen enter the screen?
Mr. Pahl.
And what did you observe about what he's doing with the door there?
Well, he utilized his keys to unlock the door to get in, and then as it shut, he sort of stopped it from shutting all the way.
Okay. Start again at 134. Pausing here at 134, who do you observe entering?
And that would be Stephanie Pahl.
And what do you note about the possessions that she has with her?
She has a black purse with chains and a cell phone in her left hand.
And what type of clothing is she wearing, if you can tell?
It looks like a black short-sleeve T-shirt, black vest, blue jeans, and white tennis shoes.
Okay. You recognize those tennis shoes as tennis shoes that were found on the deceased?
Those look to be the same, yes.
Okay. Start again at 134. Pause it at 134:44. As Ms. Pavlons went up the stairs, did you observe anything else that she was carrying?
Yes, she had a brown or a tan in color shoulder bag.
Okay. Was that also located at the residence later?
It was.
Okay. We're going to go to the next slide. This is slide number 4. This is actually, there's a typo at the top, but this is August 21st at 4:19 p.m. based on the time counter on the video. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to push play here. Okay, Mr. Pahl has left this, the screen. What do you observe about the door?
I can see light in the lower right side corner of the door indicating that it's partially open.
Okay, and had you reviewed the video immediately preceding this and observed Mr. Pahl using the same maneuver that he used on the 20th?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, pause it at 4:20:05. Now that other woman unrelated to this has come in the door, what do you observe about the door?
The door is properly secured at this point.
Okay, and she didn't need to use her key to enter that door?
She did not.
All right, start again at 4:20:05. Okay, pause it at 4:20:32. What did you see there?
I saw Stephanie Pavlons attempting to open that door, and it was now secured and she was unable to get in.
Okay, and she back off out of view of the camera?
She did.
Okay, we'll push play again. Okay, I've paused here at 4:21:10. What are we observing?
Mr. Pahl exits through the same door and holds it open, allowing Stephanie access and entrance.
It appears that they have no contact. That's
Correct.
inaccurate?
That is correct.
And what is Ms. Pavlon's carrying here?
She again has that black purse with the chains and the tan or brown colored shoulder bag.
And why was it important to note her possessions on the 21st?
Just to see what she was coming and going, what she had with her at that time.
Okay. All right. We're going to go to now slide, well, wait for a little bit longer. Okay, stopped at 4:21:20. Detective, they don't then both walk into the apartment together?
That is correct.
Did that appear to be unusual to you?
I would say that is unusual.
I'm going to go to the next slide, slide 5. Oh, I think it didn't go to slide 5. There we go, slide 5. Now we're on August 23rd at 8:39 a.m. And you were here in court with Detective Seitz, talked about these videos as well.
Yes, I was.
Did you also review these videos?
I did.
And why did you want to have reviewed the videos in addition to Detective Seitz?
Because I also wanted to be able to know when Ms. Pavlon's was seen last on camera, when she's last seen coming in.
When you and Detective Seitz ultimately reviewed this video for an interview later, did you have more information and details about the investigation as a whole than Detective Seitz?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start, this is slide 5. This is August 23rd. We're going to start the video. Detective Fredericks, what did you observe about Ms. Pavlon's belongings on that day?
She was leaving with that black purse with the chain on it, as well as the pink water bottle.
Okay, that was at 8:39 a.m.
That is correct.
Going to slide 6, this is at 8:40 a.m. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, we'll play here. Stopped it at 8:40. Detective Fredericks, what did you take note of as Mr. Pahl is leaving the apartment?
Well, he's leaving from a different door than Stephanie had left.
Okay, and did you also take note of the possessions or belongings that he's carrying with him?
Yes, he's got a bag with contents in it.
Okay, we'll go to slide 7. This is August 23rd at 11:03 a.m., right, Detective?
That is correct.
Now, I don't see anything in the actual stairwell, so what's significant about this video, particularly where I've paused it?
Well, you're able to see through the glass in the door, the defendant's vehicle is coming eastbound through the parking lot of the apartment complex.
Okay, and can you circle that on your screen? It's pretty hard to see. Okay, how did you know, just based on this video and your knowledge of the case, that that may be the defendant's vehicle?
When we had spoken with Stephanie's parents, and they advised us of her relationship with Matt and potentially where he was living, they let us know that Mr. Pahl has a grayish colored Tacoma pickup truck with a black box over the bed area.
Okay, and so as you look kind of right under the 1103, that's where you see that truck with the box over the bed of the truck?
Yeah, I got a little carried away with my circle, but yeah.
That's okay. Madam Clerk, can we please preserve this and then clear the screen? This will be 71 here, I believe. Thank you. So we'll play again. Fair to say that at 11:03, that's the first time Mr. Pahl or his vehicle are seen returning to the apartment?
That is accurate.
Okay. Go to slide 8. This is now 8:23 at 11:14 a.m. Okay, I've paused it at 11:14:41. Detective Fredericks, what did you notice about this?
I see Mr. Pahl approaching the door to the apartment complex with a key, and in his left hand and arm he has a blue folder, and between the folder and his chest is a pink water bottle.
What was significant about that?
The pink water bottle was seen earlier that day leaving with Ms. Pavlon's.
Okay. Pause it at 11:14:51. Detective Fredericks, important to note that Mr. Paul is not wearing any sort of walking boot here,
He is not.
not using any crutches.
Also correct.
You've reviewed a lot of different videos from this apartment complex from a lot of different views, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know if this apartment complex has an elevator?
Yes, it does.
And is that located near the mailboxes?
It is.
In your review of the video, does Mr. Paul generally use the stairs or the elevator?
I would say by and large, he would use the stairs.
He may occasionally take the elevator with maybe having a lot of possessions or coming with someone else, but your review is that he generally uses this particular door as well?
Correct.
Okay. And what floor does he live on?
He lives on the 3rd floor,
And what apartment number?
317.
Okay, so he would have to go up 3 flights of stairs to get to his apartment?
That is correct.
And we saw him using these stairs on August 20th and August 21st?
Yes.
Okay. And so he'd go enter at the ground floor and go up to the 3rd floor?
Yes.
All right, we'll play the next slide, which is slide number 9. This is at 12:19 p.m. Detective Fredericks, at 12:19:28, Mr. Paul enters a different door. Where does that door go to?
That leads to the mail room.
Okay, and next to the mail area is also the elevators?
Correct.
So Mr. Paul could have taken the elevator down to that location, correct?
That is correct.
Play again. Okay, and now slide number 9. Oh, we need to go to slide number 10, I'm sorry. Oh. Slide number 10. (12:19:59). Detective, what do you notice about Mr. Paul in this video?
He's heading outside.
Okay, and is his clothing the same as it was in those videos at 11 o'clock?
His shorts and socks and shoes appear to be the same, but he now has a darker colored shirt on.
Okay. And also, is he carrying any belongings?
I'm sorry, I couldn't tell at the time.
I'll go back a little bit. Starting at 12:19:59.
He is not.
Slide number 11 is now at 12:20 p.m. What are we looking at here?
This would be door number 7 again, and this is showing Mr. Paul on the sidewalk outside of that door.
And that's the general parking area that we saw in that second slide?
That's correct.
Slide number 12. This is at 12:29. So about 9 minutes have passed from when Mr. Paul passes the camera to now when we're starting the video. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, Detective, what are we looking at here?
Mr. Paul is entering the apartment through door 7 using his key, and he also in his left hand has like a shopping style bag with what appears to be Ms. Pavlon's purse.
Okay. How did you make that determination?
We had watched the video several times and stopped it, took screenshots of it, and looked closely and specifically at the contents of that bag.
Are those screenshots and still shots that you made, were those some of the images that were shown to Mr. Paul during his interview?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to play through the rest of this video first. Okay. Stopped at 12:30:17. Detective Fredericks, when Miss Pavlons leaves the apartment on August 23rd at approximately 8:39 in the morning, was she ever seen returning to this apartment again?
She was not.
Okay. And you and other members of your department reviewed all of the available surveillance video as Detective Seitz testified to?
We did.
Why did you want to make sure that she wasn't seen on any other date?
because again, we were trying to establish the last known time that she's seen alive.
I'm going to show first for the witness, please, exhibit number 72. Oh, can we put it to the, sorry. So Detective, this is a 3-page document. Let me know when you can see it on your screen.
I can
Okay.
see it.
You recognize this 3-page document?
Yes.
And what does this consist of?
Consists of Stephanie Pavlon's leaving the apartment complex at 8:39, dressed in the clothing that she was found in on September 9th, with that, to include the black purse with the chains. And then the other picture was Mr. Pahl walking in with the purse inside of that shopping bag.
Okay. I'm going to show you exhibit 44. This is the purse that was ultimately recovered from Mr. Pahl's apartment. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. And there's also, I guess we haven't really talked much about a vape that's sealed separately. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to open exhibit 44, just the purse compartment area, please. Okay. If you can take that out of the bag. And if you can hold it up by the long strap, please. Could you, make sure the jury can see that. As you reviewed both exhibit 44, the physical purse that was located, and then some of this video, what was significant about the purse and what you saw in the video that made you believe they were the same item?
These metal chains connecting the strap to the purse itself.
Okay. I'm going to move exhibit 72 in evidence and permission to publish.
Objection. All right, 72 is admitted.
Can we zoom in a little bit so these photos are large? One more, please. All right, so Detective Fredericks, in this first page, we see Ms. Pavlon's at 8:39, and you see that metal chain on her purse?
Yes.
Okay, if we can go to page 2, please. If we can zoom in a little further on this exhibit. Okay. Now, if you could maybe draw a circle on the screen of what, as you viewed this, was significant to make you believe that was the purse inside of the shopping bag. Okay. Can we please preserve this as 72A? And then could we clear the screen and zoom in a little further? Now, Detective Fredericks, as you look at the physical purse, exhibit 44, what specifically, oh now this, can we zoom out a little bit, sorry. What specifically about the chains were you looking for in that plastic bag?
Would you like me to show on the purse?
Yes, please.
So where the chain connects to the purse is a pretty pronounced, I guess, U clamp or clasp that connects it to the leather part of the purse. And this side has a similar one, although it's removable.
Okay. And then if we can go to page 3 of this exhibit. Thank you. Detective Fredericks, did you then, you and other members of the Sheriff's Department, take that image from Mr. Pahl and actually invert it and place it next to her purse?
Somebody else did, yes.
Okay. And you were familiar with all of these images?
Yes.
And were these, not necessarily the comparison, not back to back, but those first 2 images were shown to Mr. Pahl during his interview?
Yes.
Thank you. We can take this down. So once you determine that Ms. Pavlon is seen at the apartment on August 23rd, had your department also endeavored to get some phone records?
Yes.
And based on the phone records of Ms. Pavlon's, were there some other, was there another business that you wanted to check for surveillance video to see if Ms. Pavlon's had been there?
Yes. We learned that her phone had been in the area of the Quick Trip on Gulf Road in Grandview, which is just to the north and west from Mr. Pahl's apartment.
And would that be a logical route to take from Mr. Pahl's apartment to the OAW?
Yes.
So did you, did other members of your department ultimately obtain that video so that you could review it as part of your investigation?
Yes, they did.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as exhibit 95. When you reviewed video from Quick Trip, were you able to determine if Stephanie Pavlon had been present at this store?
Yes.
Okay. can we go to the next slide, please? Detective Fredericks, do you recognize this?
Yes, this is
Okay.
an outside camera of the Quick Trip on Gulf Road.
Okay, and is this PowerPoint a compilation of the number of videos that you located significant to this investigation?
That is correct.
Okay, I would move Exhibit 95 into evidence and permission to publish.
Any objection? All right, it's admitted.
So we'll start with slide 2, please. Oh. And what time is this, Detective Fredericks?
8:50 a.m.
Thank you. Okay, we paused at 8:51:23. Detective, what have you seen on the screen that's significant?
You see Mr. Pahl's truck pulling into a parking stall at that Quick Trip.
Okay, say again. Detective, who's getting out of the truck?
Stephanie Pavlon's.
Okay, and what time is that, if you can see on the time counter?
8:52:38 a.m.
She appeared to be wearing the same clothing that she was in when she left the apartment less than 20 minutes before that?
She is.
Okay, can we go to the next slide, please? What are we looking at here, Detective?
This is inside of the Quick Trip on Gulf Road, the inside of the same facility that we were just looking at the parking lot video for.
Okay, and there's actually 2 different cameras from that Quick Trip that we're looking at simultaneously.
That is correct.
Kind of give us a frame of reference of what we're going to be looking for here.
I'll be looking for Stephanie Pavlon's to come in through the doors, which are on the right screen, or the right video frame. So we're looking for her to come into those doors.
Okay, and then ultimately she'll make a payment on the left screen.
That is correct.
All right, so we'll go ahead and play, please. Pause it. Where have we seen Ms. Pavlon's in the Quick Trip area so far?
Walking through the doors and towards the right side, or the right side of the video frame.
Okay, she's actually just stepped out of view all the way to the right.
That is correct.
Okay, play again, please. Pause, please. Detective Fredericks, do you see Ms. Pavlon's in this video now?
I do.
Okay, where is she?
She's to the right, again on the right frame by that island.
Okay, thank you. Play again, please. Pause, please. So Detective Fredericks, what are we looking at now?
It's more evident in the video frame on the left, but Stephanie Pavlon is purchasing the items that she selected from within Quick Trip.
Okay, and were you able to obtain a receipt or have any way to know what it was that she purchased from the Quick Trip?
We did, yes.
Okay, and you confirmed that she did in fact purchase some items there?
That is correct.
All right, play again. Detective Fredericks, did it appear that she paid cash for those items?
She did pay cash.
And it looks like she exits the store about 8:55, 45 a.m.
Yes.
Next slide, please. Okay, so by 8:56 a.m., Ms. Pavlon is back inside the vehicle.
That is correct.
Next slide, please. Okay, so you actually reviewed all the video, but this is just some important clips of the video, right?
That is correct.
Because this actually skips now to 9:08:38.
Yes.
And during that time, from 8:56 to 9:08, Ms. Pavlon and Mr. Pahl both remain within the vehicle.
That's true.
Right. Play here, please. Pause, please. Yes, sir. Detective Fredericks, in that portion of the video that you saw, what was Ms. Pavlon doing?
It looked like she was throwing some garbage away.
Okay, and right before we accidentally started the video over, were you able to see Ms. Pavlon carrying anything else?
I didn't see.
Okay. I don't know if you can, yeah, go forward a little bit. There, please. Detective Fredericks, did you see anything in Ms. Pavlon's hands there as she returned to the vehicle?
Yes, she had her pink water bottle with her.
We can pause it here. So Detective Fredericks, the vehicle is leaving the parking stall at 9:10 a.m. Can you give us a frame of reference of what we're going to see next so we know what to look for?
The vehicle exits, drives off to the west in this parking lot, and the exit is pretty much just past where you see the end of the back end of the truck. So the vehicle exits there and then heads north on that service road towards Gulf Road.
Okay, so we'll play again. Okay, and Detective, at about 9:11, the vehicle then enters the Gulf Road area.
Heading west, yes.
Okay. Is that consistent with the direction of OAW?
It is.
Was this the last time that Stephanie Pavlons was ever seen alive on video?
Yes, it is.
So between the time that Ms. Pavlons is identified, a lot of investigation is happening, right?
Yes.
And ultimately on September 17th, your department, along with the assistance of the City of Waukesha Police Department, executed a search warrant at Mr. Pahl's residence at 1001 Delafield.
That's correct.
How does that search warrant, how is that conducted? We heard a little bit from Detective Seitz yesterday in cross-examination about what happened, but you were there, so give us a better detail of what happened.
So once the SWAT team makes contact with Mr. Pahl and gets him in custody, they check the residence, that apartment, his apartment, for anybody else that might be hiding inside. They determine that the scene's what we call safe, meaning that it's okay for the rest of us to go in. And then our identification detective would begin taking pictures of the inside of Mr. Pahl's apartment prior to us searching.
Mr. Gallagher's made a big deal about how the SWAT team was used in this case. Is that pretty standard course in a death investigation for a SWAT team or tactical team to be called in to assist?
Yes.
Why?
Based on the nature of the charges, determinations are made from command staff that say this is a high-level investigation. These are serious violent allegations, and so we'll use the guys with the specialized training and tactics to go in and take him into custody and make the scene safe for us.
Right, you want to make the scene safe. Using these types of resources is important for law enforcement safety as well as Mr. Pahl's safety, right?
That's correct.
You want to make sure that this execution goes as smoothly as possible.
Yes.
And this would be categorized as a high lethality risk for law enforcement that are entering someone's residence. Is that accurate?
Again, based on the charges alleged, yes.
Okay. So when the search warrant is executed, where is Mr. Pahl when the search warrant is actually executed?
He's inside his apartment.
Okay. And did you get any information about what he was doing when law enforcement made contact at the residence?
Yes, we later found out that he was on the telephone with his father.
Okay. And did Mr. Pahl immediately open the door or come out of the residence?
He did not.
Okay. How do those announcements work?
They're extraordinarily loud. They're meant to be heard, and so they repeatedly announce at the door that this is the police and we have a search warrant, and that's repeated over and over until either someone complies and opens the door or they have to force their way in.
Okay, so if someone comes to the door, opens the door, complies, no further action needs to be taken by law enforcement to enter the residence. As far as force, I guess I should say.
Well, that is, yes, there'd be no force used if they comply at the door.
And in this case, what happened?
There was a delay before he came to the door.
Okay. And so once law enforcement's in, you said Detective LaFleur or other members of the Identification Bureau will first start by taking photographs.
That's correct.
At what point do you then begin searching the apartment?
Once all the initial photographs are called entry photographs, once those are all taken, and then detectives will then be assigned a room or a portion of a room and begin searching.
And even though this may be a small apartment unit, it takes a lot of detectives to search every nook and cranny of an apartment, right?
Yes,
And so the number of detectives that are there is really just meant to speed up the process.
it is.
Okay. Does every detective that's within the residence know all the details of the case?
No.
What are they generally told before the search warrant takes place?
They're advised of the nature of the investigation, that we have a search warrant, and what items we're looking to find and then seize.
In this particular search warrant, what were you guys looking for?
We had a search warrant for electronics, as well as notes and paper containing, any documents containing passwords, things of that nature.
Why did you want to seize Mr. Pahl's electronics?
It's a very typical item to seize because everybody does their entire lives on their phone. Everybody communicates with their phone, puts in GPS coordinates into their phone when they're going places. And so phones contain a tremendous amount of information that give us insight into people's movements and day-to-day activities, who they're talking to and when.
When you executed that search warrant, were you also looking for anything that might have belonged to Stephanie or give you any information about her whereabouts?
Yes.
Okay. As the search warrant progresses, you found, other members of the department found Exhibit 44, that purse, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now I want to go through the contents of the purse. If you have Exhibit 44 there, can you open the purse and tell us what's inside of the purse?
Yes. There are 2 pill bottles. If you'd like me to pull the contents out.
Yes, please.
There are 2 pill bottles that have some medications in them.
Okay, I want to stop you right there before we proceed. Can you tell me what each of those, a smaller bottle first, what is that for?
It says it is
Maybe spell it.
ICLOFENAC.
Diclofenac?
That's correct.
Okay, and when was that filled?
That was filled.
Maybe it doesn't say on the bottle.
It was dispensed on 7/16 of 2022.
Okay, and what about the larger bottle?
This one is TOPIRAMATE.
And when was that dispensed?
It was dispensed on 5/13/2022.
Okay. Ultimately, you later went back in your investigation and actually accounted for the number of pills that were in each of those bottles.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember off the top of your head how many pills were located?
I do not.
Okay, we will come back to that. Can you tell me what the quantity, while you have those, each of the bottles started with?
Quantity for the one starting with the letter T is 270.
Okay,
And the one with the letter D was 180 quantity.
okay. What else was in the purse?
This would be a vape cartridge, Delta 8 cartridge it says. And Wisconsin Quest card and Wisconsin driver's license for Stephanie Pavlons.
Okay. Can you tell me when that driver's license was issued?
June 16th, 2021.
And what is Ms. Pavlon's height and weight listed on her driver's license?
5'5", 118 pounds.
Okay.
There's a Office Depot rewards card. This is another driver's license for Stephanie Pavlon.
Okay. What date was that one issued?
3/18/2019.
Okay.
Small pair of scissors. Look like bifocal style reading glasses. A pen. The ring, the cross. A Band-Aid. Hair tie. Shopco optical for the case for those glasses, probably. Blue pen. Another vape cartridge. Vape itself. Another hair tie. Hand sanitizer. And wallets. Lots of cards.
Sure. And your department previously went through the contents of the wallet, right?
So,
Okay. I want to ask you about the Quest card that's located. What is a Quest card for those that may not know?
I think this is for obtaining food. It's like a credit card for food.
Okay, like a food benefits card?
Food benefits card would be more accurate.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry, I asked you to take all those things out. We don't need to look at any of those other things now. I just wanted to know the contents. There was also a vape that was packaged together with the purse there in the plastic still, right?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about that vape.
That's a blue. I'm gonna hold this up.
Yes, please.
This is a blue vape. I don't know if it says in Posh. That Posh vape, and that is the same style and brand name as the green vape that was found at the scene of where Ms. Pavlon was located.
Okay. Thank you. You can place all the contents back in the purse. We don't need to look through those unless counsel, do you want any of those contents out? Okay.
Just, if you want to just ask him, so he doesn't have to bring it out again, the address on the driver's license,
I have two driver's licenses.
the addresses?
You want to read them, you said?
Yeah.
Both driver's licenses have 715 Division Street in Delafield.
And that's where Georgianne and Richard Pavlons live?
That's correct.
Detective, also at the residence of significance to your investigation was Exhibit 43, the pink water bottle, right?
That is correct.
I don't need you to open this up, but it was your belief, based on review of the surveillance video, both at Quick Trip and Willow Park Apartments, that this was the same water bottle that Mrs. Pavlon was carrying on August 23rd,
Yes, ma'am.
and then seen by Mr. Pahl carrying in.
That is correct.
All right. I'm also going to show you. Well, first I'm going to show you Exhibit 21. You talked about the vape that's seen here in Exhibit 44 being similar to the vape found at the scene. Exhibit 21 is the vape that was found at the scene, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what tells you that those are similar in style or type?
They're both made by Posh brand, and both, well, different colors of the same, essentially the same.
Shape?
Thank you. Yes, shape.
Okay. I'm going to show you now Exhibit 42. These were the pill bottles that were located within that stein near the closet at Mr. Pahl's apartment, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. What are those prescriptions for? And maybe if you could tell us, read the labels, who they're prescribed to and the dates.
The first one is alprazolam, prescribed to Stephanie Pavlon's. It was written on 8/23/22 and dispensed on 8/24/22.
Okay. What about the other bottle?
This one's also for Stephanie Pavlon's. It's oxycodone. Quantity is 45. And this shows that it was dispensed on 8/17/2022.
And what was the quantity you said?
45.
And each of those bottles, do they have any remaining pills in them?
They were empty.
They were empty when they were located within the stein.
Correct.
And the alprazolam, you said it was dispensed on 8/24?
No, it said, yes, I'm sorry. 8/23 is when it was written, dispensed on 8/20.
Okay. And that would have been after Stephanie Pavlon's was last seen alive?
Correct.
Did you say the quantity on the alprazolam? If you did, I didn't catch it.
120.
So based on what you found in the apartment, it was clear that some additional investigation was going to need to be followed up on regarding prescription medications, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, also within the apartment, you located the victim, Stephanie Pavlon's cell phone, right?
Yes.
Showing you Exhibit 46. What is this?
This is the phone that's been identified as Stephanie Pavlon's inside of a case and like a belt clip.
And ultimately, that was later forensically examined?
Yes,
Okay, so you collected that to do some later investigation.
yes.
Did you also collect an iPad from the apartment that belonged to Ms. Pahlon's?
Yes.
Why do you want to collect an iPad? I know it's a little different than a cell phone, but tell us what you might be looking for on an iPad.
We'd really be looking for the same type of applications on an iPad and a cell phone are substantially the same, if not the exact same ones. And so maybe there's things deleted from the cell phone that now reside on the iPad or vice versa.
Okay, and this is Exhibit 45. This is the item that belonged to Ms. Pahlon's?
Correct.
Okay. Within the bathroom, there was some scalpels that were discussed that may have evidentiary value. Why was that?
The scalpels that were located in the bathroom of Mr. Pahl's apartment were of the same color and style as the scalpel that was recovered at the scene.
Okay, I'm going to show you both Exhibit 20 and Exhibit 41. You can first hold them up for the jury to see, please. Sure, individually. So Exhibit 20, where was that located?
This would have been from the scene.
Okay, so we can hold that up for the jury to see. And then the other scalpels that were located at the apartment, what exhibit is that?
41.
Okay. Okay, and just based on a visual review, you believe that those were the same or similar scalpels?
Correct.
After the search of Mr. Pahl's apartment, his truck was also seized during that time, right?
Yes.
And it was ultimately towed, you heard Detective LaFleur's testimony, to a secure location so that you could process that later.
Yes.
Why would you not process that before your interview with Mr. Pahl and kind of all at the same time as the apartment?
It would have been determined also that we were going to request the assistance of the Racine County Sheriff's Department. They have an investigator at that agency who's a dog. The dog is specifically trained in, it's referred to as a cadaver dog. So some dogs are trained in narcotics and things like that. This cadaver dog is trained to alert on the presence of the scent given off from a deceased person.
Why did you determine, or your agency determine, that that might be a helpful tool in this investigation?
We still were not 100%, excuse me, not 100% clear as to where the assault would have happened, or if there was a struggle and Ms. Pahlon's was deceased inside of Mr. Pahl's vehicle. We didn't know at that point.
Okay, important to cover all of your bases in an investigation like this?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You also, we heard from Mr. Johnson from the crime lab that he came out and actually processed the vehicle himself. That was because your department requested that, right?
Yes.
So next on September 17th, you and Detective Seitz conduct an interview with Mr. Pahl, right?
That is correct.
And we watched all of those videos yesterday. We're not going to watch them again today, but I want to talk to you about some of the inconsistencies that you might have observed during that video. When you first started speaking with Mr. Pahl, could he immediately tell you where he had last seen her?
No.
And when I say her, I should clarify, Ms. Pahlon.
No, he could not.
Did that seem unusual to you?
It did.
And how did that, I guess, play into the kinds of questions and how you set up that interview?
Well, it was determined that we wanted to hear from Mr. Pahl as to his information, or his knowledge of the last time he had seen Stephanie, again, to find out what he might know as to where she was last seen, what she might have been doing when they were last together. Okay.
In fact, it was about, you heard Detective Seitz testify, it was about 27 minutes into the interview before he finally told you that he last saw Stephanie when he was at OAW, right?
There was some time from the beginning until the time he mentioned OAW.
And every time you asked him about where he had last seen Stephanie or where they had last been together, what was the myriad of his responses?
He would often go back to the fact that she was on several different kinds of medications, that she had seizures, and she had a history of being suicidal and running off into the woods.
When you start that investigation, or sorry, that interview with Mr. Pahl, you did not tell him that Ms. Pahlon was dead?
No.
Why not?
Again, we wanted to sort of take a, I would call it a soft approach, and just have him tell us what he knew. Tell us, when's the last time you saw her, what was she doing, what was happening, and so we just wanted to tell him she's missing, and tell us when you last saw her, where she might have been going.
When you start that interview with Mr. Pahl, had you decided that Mr. Pahl was already guilty?
No.
Why not?
We were still actively working the investigation. He was a part of the investigation, for sure, and based on what we knew, he was likely the last person at that point that we knew that was with her.
Okay, and so you're just trying to find out what could have happened after she's seen on video on August 23rd?
That is correct.
So early on in the interview, Mr. Pahl claims that he found Stephanie's purse on September 6th, I believe it was.
That's correct.
He didn't give you that specific date, but later in your investigation, were you able to determine what date it was?
We were.
Okay. So when he tells you this about the purse, what were some inconsistencies about the purse that he told you?
Well, I believe he first said they found it in the back seat, and he also said that it was in the front seat on the floor. And I think he kind of went back and forth a couple times as to where that purse was.
Okay. He also admitted to you that it was the black purse earlier on in the interview, right?
When asked, he did say that it was a black purse.
Very difficult to get Mr. Pahl to actually answer the questions that you asked, right?
It was.
Long, winding road to get to just a few simple answers.
Yes, ma'am.
What about his phone, or Stephanie's phone? What did Mr. Pahl say about Stephanie's phone that appeared to be inconsistent with your investigation?
Well, he started off by telling us that Stephanie had prior to going into his appointment at OAW, he said, "I'll text you when I get in there, I'll text you." And she responded to him and said, "I left my phone at home." He then said that when he came out, she was gone, and he thought maybe she had called her mom to give her a ride. And we knew through the investigation at that point that Stephanie's phone had traveled with Matt and Matt's phone to OAW, and that Stephanie's phone and Matt's phone traveled back to Mr. Pahl's apartment.
And that ultimately Stephanie Pavlons did not, again, enter the apartment.
Correct.
Okay. He actually said even earlier in the investigation, well, she's got her phone, so she's fine, right? And then later changes the story to she doesn't have her phone.
Correct. He said he found it at the apartment later.
And he admits to actually using her phone while the phone is at his apartment with him, right?
Yes.
It was quite a while into the interview before he says, you know, I think the day that she took off was that day I had my appointment, right?
Yes.
And what was his version of what happens on August 23rd?
He said that he went in for his appointment at OAW. When he came out, she was gone. And again, he stated that he figured that her mom or parents had picked her up, and he stated that he drove up and down the road looking for her.
Okay. You said that at this point you've already reviewed some of her phone records. Was the defendant seen on phone records driving up and down looking for her?
The phone records did not indicate that.
Okay. Now, had you had an opportunity to previously talk to Georgianne and Richard Pavlons about Stephanie's habits, carrying her phone, carrying her purse?
Yes,
And you've heard Georgianne testify that Stephanie would always have her phone, right?
that is true.
So based on Mr. Pahl's statements to you, you were finding some inconsistencies in his statements.
We did.
Mr. Pahl told you that she had a habit of taking off into the woods, right?
He did.
And he actually told you about a time in the Dells just recently that had happened, right?
Yes.
Did you contact law enforcement agencies in the area of the Dells to find out if there had been any sort of police report?
I myself did not. Detective Plennis had contacted all of the sheriff's departments and local police departments in the area of the Dells to see if they had any information on a Stephanie Pavlons in recent history, and all responded negatively.
Okay. And ultimately that also didn't match up with the testimony of Georgianne, right?
Correct.
Judge, I don't object to that last statement. There was a misstatement of testimony. Georgianne indicated she could not remember if Stephanie had gone into the woods.
Cross-examinations for him. No, I'll overrule the objection.
At some point, I think it's about an hour into the interview, Mr. Pahl first mentions finding a note in a car.
He does.
What was that about?
He tells us that he had found something at the car wash and that he figured we already had it since we had his truck. And he also tells us that he read the note that he found, shared the note with his father. His interpretation to his, being Mr. Pahl's interpretation to us of that note, was that it was not a life-threatening letter.
And at this point, the car hasn't been searched, right?
Correct.
So you really don't know what he's talking about when he keeps saying, well, you found the note, you know what I'm talking about, right?
We told him many times that we had not been a part of any search of his vehicle.
So at the time that you're doing the interview, all you know is what Mr. Pahl tells you.
Yes.
He also made some statement of if he had found the purse and the note together, that would have really worried him, right?
He did.
Okay. What was inconsistent about that statement and what he'd already told you?
Well, he had said that he found the purse and the note at the same time when he was cleaning his truck at the car wash. And then he later told us that had he seen the note and the purse together, that would have triggered him to call the police.
And Mr. Pahl never called the police, right?
We have no indication that he did.
The first contact that Mr. Pahl has with law enforcement is on the day that you execute the search warrant at his house and ultimately interview him, right?
Yes.
Mr. Pahl admitted in the interview that he'd actually not only used her phone, but actually had seen some text messages on Stephanie's phone, right?
Yes.
He talked about seeing a prescription was ready.
Yes.
Okay. And that, would that be consistent with one of the prescriptions that was located in that stein?
Yes.
Repeatedly throughout the interview, Mr. Pahl says he has a really bad feeling, right?
Words to that effect, yes.
Does he ever clarify with you what he has a bad feeling about?
No.
Tell me about when you and Detective Seitz show Mr. Pahl those screenshots of the video, his demeanor, and what his reaction was.
Well, initially he told us that it was not a purse. He indicated that it was clothing in there. Detective Seitz showed him, I think, maybe a more zoomed in photo from his phone. And then Mr. Pahl became irritated, for sure, at it and maintained that it was not, in fact, Stephanie's purse, that it was clothes from his truck.
He even says that's not going to prove anything, right?
Twice he told us that. But
He also tells you that he had an appointment at OAW on September 9th.
yes,
And later you were able to confirm that was true, right?
that is correct.
But a lot of what he asked you about, and he was asking you a lot of questions, was what was going on at OAW on September 9th, right?
Yes.
Did your Detective Seitz ever indicate to him that your questions related to Stephanie had anything to do with the scene that occurred on September 9th at OAW?
I don't believe we did.
So we talked about how the crime lab searched the car and ultimately did find a note underneath the front passenger floor mat, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you. Detective, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 177. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
What is that?
That's the styrofoam square that was recovered from underneath the floor mat, passenger side of Mr. Pahl's truck.
And that was directly on top of the note that was also located?
Yes.
Initially, that was not recovered, right? You went back to the car and recovered that?
Yes.
When you say it's a piece of foam, tell me a little bit more about it.
It's a piece of styrofoam. It looks like something that would be, I can't tell if it is, but it's either something that would go in a bigger envelope to protect pictures or something along those lines.
Okay. Odd place for it to be, fair to say?
True.
Okay. Then you also locate Exhibit 53 is covered by the crime lab, right?
Yes.
And that's the note?
Yes.
Can you read that note in the plastic, or do you need to remove that?
Oh, I can read it.
Okay. Could you please read that for the jury?
I hate you. I hate being blamed for shit.
Just slow down a little bit.
Sorry. I hate you. I hate being blamed for shit I didn't do. I'm done being used, abused, and taken for granted. All you care about is yourself and what you can use people for. My parents are the same way. I'm not allowed to speak my mind around you, drive, spend money, or even feel good. Karma came back to you to cause you your foot injury, not me. So be with your virgin, because I'm done, and keep the fucking money. It's what you've done best. PIN for card 4488, PIN for phone 6103. By the way, my parents wanted me to get a job so I could get a car.
No date on that note, right?
Correct.
Based on the context of your investigation, you can assume that note was written sometime after Matt injured his foot?
Yes.
Okay. But that's really the only date range that note can provide you, right?
Yes.
Also, we've heard that there was a lot of swabs collected from the car and a lot of things that were sent to the crime lab. As one of the lead investigators, it was your job to determine what things would be sent and what order, right?
Yes.
You also needed to send a standard for Stephanie to the crime lab so that they could test any substance, anything that they found against her DNA profile, right?
That is correct.
Did that become very challenging in this investigation?
It did.
Tell me why.
We didn't have any samples that historically we would be able to send in. We didn't have those type of samples in this case.
So tell me what a typical sample would be from someone that's alive.
Blood, saliva, things like bodily fluids.
Usually you might take a buccal swab the inside of someone's cheek to
Yes.
send to the crime lab.
Correct.
And in this case, Dr. Shield testified there was no blood from Stephanie, right? And there really wasn't any tissue. There really wasn't any tissue that could provide DNA evidence.
Correct.
Did you consult with the crime lab to find out what type of specimen you might be able to provide them so they could give you a DNA?
We did, yes.
And what did you ultimately send to the crime lab?
I believe we sent fingernails and a portion of a patella.
Okay, in addition to the scalp or hair that was ultimately tested by
Right.
DNA analyst Klein.
Yes.
Okay, and unfortunately, none of those substances were either used by the lab or could be tested for DNA.
Correct.
So as we heard from Detective Sykes, Mr. Pahl actually walked out of that interview room on September 17th, right? Your investigation continues?
Yes.
So what things do you start looking into next after your interview with Mr. Pahl?
We start looking at banking records, social media accounts. We looked into life insurance policy or policies, any contact that either Ms. Pavlons or Mr. Pahl had recently, who these folks might be and in what context.
And so you and Detective Plennis, as the lead investigator, who the jury hasn't seen yet, right? You're splitting up those duties, trying to decide who's going to do what.
Yes.
One of the next things that you do is you obtain some prescription drug records for both Stephanie Pavlons and Mr. Pahl, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay. I'm going to show you Exhibit 97. So first I'm going to show you Exhibit 97 for the witness first, please. Would you like me to take some of those items?
Well, I just wanted to get away from the screen. Thank you.
Can you see that on the screen in front of you?
Yes.
Okay, and if we scroll down to the second page, what are we looking at here?
So this is the records that describe which medications that Stephanie Pavlons had prescriptions for. It tells you the type of drug it is, quantity, the dates that it was prescribed, dispensed, and sold, who the prescriber or the doctor is, where it was dispensed, meaning like Pick and Save Pharmacy or Walgreens, who the patient is, and then address that's listed for the patient as well as their type of payment.
Okay, and these records are something you actually request from an entity within the state, right?
Yes,
And these are records that are really meant to track drugs that are commonly abused, right?
yes, opioids.
So this isn't going to be a full prescription record for every run-of-the-mill, over-the-counter prescription that someone obtains, right?
Correct.
And these records are specific to Ms. Pavlon's?
Yes.
Okay. I would move admission of Exhibit 97 and permission to publish.
Any objection?
No, sir.
All right, it's admitted and you may publish.
So we're going to start on the first page, please. So, Detective, at the top I see Ms. Pavlon's name and then a map. What's the significance of the map?
It says it's prescription history location, so it's showing where on the map her prescriptions are picked up.
And these records are available to law enforcement to assist in investigations, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay, if we can scroll to page 2, please. So at the top here, can you list that first, if we could zoom in a little, it's a little hard to see. That first prescription, the details of that.
It is alprazolam 1 milligram tablet. The drug class is benzodiazepine. The quantity shows 120 pills for 30 days. Prescribed 8/23/22. Dispensed 8/24/22. Sold 8/25/22. Prescriber is listed as Francis McCann. Dispenser would be Pick and Save Pharmacy, Sunset Drive, Waukesha. Patient is Stephanie Pavlon's, having an address in the city of Waukesha, and that it was purchased with Medicare.
Okay. When you reviewed these records and saw that first prescription in particular, what did you do with that information?
I drafted, I think it was a warrant for records or a subpoena to Kroger, which is the parent company of Pick and Save, to get records related to her prescriptions being dispensed and sold at that location.
Okay. Why did you want to get more information about them being dispensed and filled?
Because we believe that Stephanie was deceased on August 23rd, 2022, and somebody had picked her medications up on August 25th, 2022. We additionally wanted to know from Kroger who it is that was picking those medications up.
Okay. I'm going to show just first for the witness, Exhibit 98. These are the records for Mr. Pahl. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
Okay, and if you can scroll down to page 2, please. These list any commonly abused prescriptions provided to Mr. Pahl?
Yes,
Okay, is this a true and accurate depiction of the records you received?
it is.
Can I please move Exhibit 98 into evidence and permission to publish?
Any objection?
No, sir. Did you say abused?
They're commonly abused.
Abused or abused?
She said abuse.
Judge, may I ask that question to be stricken from the record? I mean, classifying the drugs that Mr. Pavlon takes as drugs that Mr. Pahl takes as being abused is inappropriate.
And these are the records that are obtained through the PDMP.
I'll overrule the objection. Yeah. Have your witness explain what those initials mean.
Sure. So, Detective, what does PDMP stand for?
It's the Prescription Drug Monitoring Program.
And what's the purpose of that program?
They're monitoring the type of medications being dispensed and the types that are most often abused.
Okay, so they're keeping records of these, but they're not keeping records of all medications that are being dispensed to every person in the state.
Correct.
I would move admission and permission to publish.
No objection.
Right, 98 is admitted, you may publish.
So looking at this, Mr. Pahl was prescribed alprazolam and oxycodone. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
And if we could just look at, sorry, can we go back to the top? Nope. Sorry, where we were, a little farther down. Thank you. So looking at that first record for alprazolam, that was dispensed on 9/8 and sold on 9/8, right?
Correct.
And the next oxycodone was dispensed on 9/6 and sold on 9/6?
Yes.
Okay. So based on these records, you said you wanted to determine more information about Stephanie Pavlon's prescription records, right?
Yes.
Okay. You ultimately drafted a warrant and then obtained the records back from Kroger?
Yes, I did.
Showing just for the witness, please, Exhibit 99. If we can scroll down, please. Detective, do you recognize what we're looking at here?
Yes, those are the records requested from Kroger for Stephanie Pavlon's.
Okay, can we go back to page 2, please? What was significant about the records that you received?
Regarding these records?
This particular page of the records.
These were.
I'm going to direct your attention to the bottom of the page.
Oh, I'm sorry. The person picking up the prescriptions.
Okay. And is this a true and accurate copy of the records you received? Just, I guess, an excerpt of the records you received from Kroger.
Yes.
Okay, I would move Exhibit 99 into evidence and permission to publish.
Any objection?
No, sir.
99 is admitted, you may publish.
So, Detective, tell us what we're looking at the bottom of the screen that was significant in your investigation.
Well, it shows that Matthew Pahl picked up her medications, and it's listed as relationship to patient other.
Okay, and what date and time did he pick up that prescription?
8/24, 8/24/2022 is the fill date.
And looking right above the gray box,
I'm sorry, 8/25/2022 at 4:17
Eastern
Eastern.
time. Okay. Was that one of the prescriptions that you actually located empty within the apartment in that sign?
Yes,
And that this record indicates that Mr. Pahl was the individual that picked up the prescription, right?
that's correct.
Based on the PDMP records, there was a lot of information about the doctors that Ms. Pavlon saw.
Yes,
Were you able to then also obtain some request some medical records for some of those doctors listed on her prescription drug history?
yes, we did.
You requested records from Dr. McCann,
Yes,
right?
yes,
You requested records from Dr. Rochelle, right?
yes,
And through the review of those records, did you learn of an additional doctor that you wanted to obtain records from?
yes.
Who was that?
Dr. Ubel,
And what was his specialty?
he was ear, nose, and throat specialist.
Okay.
And how do you spell that name?
Sorry,
Not your fault.
UBELL.
Thank you.
Thank you, Detective. As part of your investigation, did you want to look for all relevant healthcare records that you could find that might assist in your investigation?
Yes, we did.
Why particularly in this case were you interested in healthcare records?
Because oftentimes patients will discuss with their provider things happening in their life, what things that may be causing or be contributing to whatever ailment that they're being seen for. And so we were interested in finding out if any of these doctors had written any notes relative to any of their interactions with Stephanie Pavlon's.
Okay. Now, in March of 2023, that's when you make contact with Mr. Pahl again, right?
You said March of 2023, yes.
Okay. Why did you make contact with him then? Did you need to obtain a DNA standard from him?
We obtained a search warrant for DNA sample from Mr. Pahl, from Matthew Pahl.
Okay, and you ultimately obtained that and then sent to the crime lab?
That's correct.
Judge, I think this would be a good time to break in my testimony, if that's okay with the court.
All right, let's do that. It is 11:53. 1 second, I have to check. All right, folks, please come back. Go ahead, ma'am, have a seat. Thank you. Have a seat. I want to confirm you are Diane Badalski, right?
Yes.
One of our jurors. Ms. Badalski, do you see that woman in the back of the room over there? To my left, way back of the room?
Yeah.
Okay, and if you could step out now, please, ma'am. Ms. Badalski, did she talk to you over the lunch hour?
I had taken actually I couldn't see her very well because I'd taken my contacts out, and
Okay.
I sat down in one of the chairs to rest my eyes.
Okay.
And I did ask her if I started snoring, please poke me, which I did. Because I get more vision if I physically rest my eyes.
Okay.
And then I pulled out my crocheting and she asked what I was making.
Okay.
And I told her, and she offered the picture on her phone. I did not, I looked at it and just said, it's of another project that her daughter.
A crocheting project?
Yeah.
Okay. Did she at any time say anything about this case?
No.
Mr.
And I
Paul?
saw she did not have a juror sticker on, so it was, very careful to not indicate what case I was a juror on.
Okay,
so.
all right. Anybody from the state have any questions for her?
No, Judge.
Defense?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I intend on asking Ms. Webster essentially the same question. Do you think I need to put her under oath anyway?
And that was the drama.
All right, Ms. Webster, thank you for coming back. Can you give her a microphone, please? If you'd step up. Ma'am, can you again tell me, you're Kelly Webster, right?
Correct.
All right, and you're here on behalf of Mr. Paul or somebody that knows him?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see us bring the juror in who was here?
Yes.
Did you talk to her over the lunch hour?
Just about knitting and crocheting.
Okay.
She asked me if she fell asleep just to wake her up.
Okay, and did she at any time, you showed her something, a picture?
A picture of an Afghan my daughter made for me.
Okay, all right. Did you at any time talk about Mr. Paul or the case or anything?
Nope, I have no reason to.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, anything from the state?
No.
Anything, Mr. Galaviz or Mr. Wolf?
No, sir.
Okay, so it seems to me to have been a pretty much innocuous and
Wow.
discussion, and not anything that it has anything bad about it or anything that would interfere with anybody's ability to be a juror in this matter. That's what the finding I'm going to make. I don't intend on taking any action. And Ms. Webster, I appreciate your honesty, and the public is always welcome in these trials. And I'm going to just tell you and ask you, if you see anybody with a juror sticker on them, stay away from them, okay? We don't want to have to do this, to ask anybody, to single out anybody, to ask about what they said. It's just better and safer that way. And I expect both on each side of the aisle here, whether you're here on behalf of Ms. Pavlons or excuse me, or Mr. Paul, don't talk to any jurors. Just stay away from them. That's the safest thing to do, okay? And I know your professionals have warned the family as such, correct, Ms. Gordon?
Yes, sir. Okay,
very good. And I know Mr. Galaviz and Mr. Wolf would. I'd expect the same of them if anyone's here. So with that, I'm going to bring the jurors back, all right? And Detective Fred, you can come back up, sir.
All rise to adjourn.
All right, thank you very much. Everybody have a seat, please. All right, all 14 jurors are back, and thank you very much. Hope you had a good lunch. And Detective Fredericks is still on the witness stand. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. Detective Fredericks, before we move on to the later stages of the investigation, I wanted to ask you about a few additional exhibits that we didn't get to in the morning. If I can show first, well, I'm going to show Detective Fredericks Exhibit 205 and 206, which are photos from the crime lab search. Okay, so I would move 205 and 206 into evidence, please, and permission to publish.
Any objection?
No, sir.
All right, 205 and 206 are photos and will be admitted.
Detective, this is a photo that was taken by the crime lab, right?
It is.
And what section of the car are these items taken from?
It says driver side.
Okay, and 206? These are also taken from Mr. Paul's vehicle?
Yes.
And what was significant to you in your investigation that was shown in these two photographs?
Excuse me. He has a number of like Walmart-style garbage bags there.
Okay, so I see a pick and save bag there, and then you said some Walmart-style, are those the gray bags you see?
Correct.
Okay, grocery bags. Why was that significant to your investigation?
Well, that was a style bag that we saw the purse being brought in by Mr. Paul later.
Okay. If I can show you Exhibit 207, please, another photograph. Any objection? I move to admit and permission to publish.
Right, any objection?
No, sir.
All right, go ahead then. They're admitted.
Detective, it looks like we're seeing some clothing items. Can you tell us what kind of clothing items we're looking at here?
I see a part of what looks like a flannel shirt and then a black leather vest
And these were found where?
in Mr. Paul's, excuse me, Mr. Paul's apartment.
Okay, during the first search warrant on September 17th of 2022?
Correct.
All right. What was significant about that flannel or that vest?
Those were the items that Ms. Pavlons was wearing on, I believe it was August 20th, when she's seen on the Willow Park surveillance video.
Okay. I specifically asked you during that surveillance video what she was wearing, and I recall you saying a vest. Do you believe that's the same vest?
It appears to be, yes.
Okay. All right. So when we left off, you talked about you'd gotten a lot of medical records. You and Detective Flennis had been working to obtain all sorts of records from a lot of different entities. Between September 17th of 2022 and September 18th of 2023, did your investigation into this death continue?
It did.
Why did the investigation continue so long?
There was a lot of unknowns in the investigation. There was a lot of records, cell phone records, social media records that needed to be reviewed and gone through. And so that takes a tremendous amount of time to go through those records.
Throughout that year timeframe, were you also consulting with the medical examiner's office?
Yes.
And did it take quite some time for Dr. Shield to come to any sort of opinion or conclusion about the cause and manner of death in this case?
Yes, it did.
Did that contribute to the length of the investigation?
Yes.
Okay. At some point in that year timeframe, did you learn that Mr. Paul had actually left the United States?
Yes, we did.
How did that factor into your investigation?
Well, we had learned that he had left and was out of country for 3 months in the early part of 2023. And so we were concerned that he may again leave and may not return.
And so ultimately, what happens that starts to move this investigation into a prosecution in September of 2022?
Well, we had learned from the medical examiner her position, her findings with regards to manner and cause, what it was going to be. And we were just at a point where we felt after going through the records that we had that we were at a place where we felt now was the time to effect arrest.
Okay. And so on September 18th of 2023, what did you do?
We were monitoring Mr. Pahl's apartment to see when he was coming outside and when he was going to leave so that we could apprehend him outside of his apartment.
Where was he living in September of 2023?
At the Willow Park Apartments.
Same apartment number?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you do?
Like I stated, we had sat outside or across the street, in fact, and monitored the doors, the entryways, that door number 7. We had a bit of a view of door number 4 from where we were at. And so we just watched to see when he would come out.
And what happened next?
He came out.
So what did you do?
We pulled up. Mr. Pahl was getting on or about to get on a bicycle. And we informed him that he was under arrest, and we took him into custody.
Okay. Did you record that whole time that you were in contact with him on September 18th of 2023?
Yes, I did.
And have you listened to that recording since then?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to play for you Exhibit 103, just a small clip so you can identify that. Start at the, yes.
What are you doing, circling the parking lot, waiting for me to come out?
Take some stuff. Detective Fredericks, do you recognize this?
Yes.
What is this?
That is a recording of the beginning of our contact with Mr. Pahl.
Okay, and whose voice was that we heard?
That was Mr. Pahl's.
Okay. I would move Exhibit 103 into evidence and permission to publish.
Any objection?
No, sir.
All right, 103 is admitted and you may publish.
If we can start again, Ms. Bessie, at 40 seconds, and if you can turn the volume, I don't know if maybe the courtroom can turn the volume up a little bit. Okay.
What are you doing, circling the parking lot, waiting for me to come out?
Circling the parking lot? That kind of time.
How the hell could I just come out? I just came out. It just came out.
Yeah, get lucky.
Got lucky.
Got lucky, you got unlucky.
I'm not worried about anything. I'm absolutely worried about nothing.
Matthew Pahl with 61168, right?
Yep. You got paper inside, you know you didn't do it 3 months. You guys are going to have to say what you're doing.
Okay.
You're going to have to say
Is that what you think?
That's what I know.
Okay.
I know.
Okay, certainly. Anytime we take a knock, so you don't take my bunny on your legs, there you go. And that one. You're good.
Okay, and then we stopped at 159. We're going to skip forward, starting at 223.
I just don't know how you go by just because of what the Pavlons say or because of what the Pavlons family says. You know, it's
Yeah. So very little to do with that, man.
well, it's got everything to do with that because I know for a fact what I did and what I didn't do.
Gotcha.
Okay, you're not going to do inception on me by planting thoughts in my head with things I didn't do.
You think we're
I'm not trying to be a dictator. I'm just telling you. I read the paper. I understand that DOJ's in Illinois, DOJ's in Michigan, rounding up a lot of detectives for putting people away on fabricating shit. Okay, that's all over the place.
I'm not worried.
That's all over the place.
I'm not worried about that.
Well, I don't know what I'm being arrested for.
Well,
what could I possibly be arrested for? I didn't do anything.
I understand what you're saying, and I'm not worried about DOJ doing any kind of roundup. Got nothing to do with me.
Oh, I think eventually DOJ is going to be in this state. I mean, I think eventually.
It's possible.
I think eventually.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I'm not worried about it personally.
I'm just telling you what's going on.
Like, did your phone interrupt WU for special
I mean, it's just on the news this weekend with the Innocence Project about how many people are getting charged and convicted for shit they don't do.
Gotcha.
You think the way I'm here? Do I act like I'm guilty?
People act different ways.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Trust me, I know that.
Yeah.
And detectives do different things different ways too.
That's
You know?
fair. Yeah, that's why I say I'm not worried about DOJ.
But come on, man. I mean, honestly, no, I'm just telling you that's what's going on.
No,
I mean,
I don't
it's a reality.
I've seen it. I hear what you're saying.
I mean, honestly, heart to heart, whatever that saying is, you know, I'm a little bit shocked. I thought you guys were going to do a little bit better than this.
Oh, really?
Then
We
just-
disappoint you?
No, they just put the blame game on somebody.
Oh.
I thought you would actually be able to, you know, like you guys are supposed to do. You're supposed to follow the evidence.
Is there anybody else upstairs that needs to be anyone in the house?
No, nobody's up there.
The door's open, you lock.
No, I did. I believe I did lock it. I just got confused with my lock over there from my bike.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I locked my door before.
We'll make sure it's locked. We'll get that taken care of. We'll make sure everything's secured before we leave, okay?
Well, you don't got a warrant to go in there.
I will. No. All right.
You have my keys. I mean, I know you took my yellow piece of the paper out of my wallet last time. Yeah. It's on camera. I mean, you took my yellow piece of the paper in that little room that was in my wallet. Yeah. And that wasn't in the search warrant. No, I'm good.
I'm drawing a blank on what that is.
That was personal information. That's wrong.
There's a number of people in and out of there that day. right? Like there was
Come on,
head detective.
you hand me my wallet and the papers are gone. You took them out.
Again, the yellow paper. I don't know what was on it off the top of my head, but
Well, it would have to be on the search warrant if you take it.
something's in a bag.
Yeah, he's like slime ball.
Yeah.
You gotta put your stuff in a bag, all right, bud? In an envelope.
Okay.
He thought he was gonna outsmart the cops. He did for a year. Took him a year to arrest this man. And it's a shame that they couldn't determine the cause of death.
Yeah,
Because she's so small.
I figured it would be some show around.
And it was
around
so
the year.
hot in August.
I figured you'd have to try to come up with something to
There was nothing left of her.
justify what you did.
What we did?
By coming here and arresting somebody for what? For what?
Well, yeah.
The blame game. Right back at you.
I'm shocked, but yet I'm not with Waukesha County
Yeah.
fabricating stuff.
But I just hate living in the county with all these beefs you've had here.
Well, I got kind of stuck here.
Yeah.
I got kind of stuck here, you know, basically helping her, you know, helping her stay alive for so many freaking years,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and then now I'm getting accused. I assume this is what it is. Now I'm getting accused of something I absolutely did not do.
Okay.
So you wanted her gone because you had to go to the Philippines and meet your
All I can say is,
ladies
you know,
of the night.
I'd rather stand with God and be judged by the people than stand with the people and be judged by God, because, you know, on review day up there,
Oh
you
my
guys better
God.
have the answers,
What were
man.
you doing with these people?
You better have the answers.
I feel pretty good, man. I sleep at night.
I do too.
So
I do too. I do too. I do too.
that's good.
Can't get a drink out of my bottle. I knew as soon as I looked over here. I knew it was the police. I knew you guys were the police. Yeah.
No.
The way you pulled in here, good thing I wasn't on my bike. Come and hit me.
Hello, Puerto Rico.
All right, we stopped at 10:49 on the audio. Detective Fredericks, Mr. Pahl wasn't transported to the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department.
He was.
And he said in that clip he knew there'd be a showing around a year, right?
Yes, he did.
And this was a year and a day after you first interviewed him?
That's correct.
Okay. On that same day, your department also conducted another search warrant at his residence.
Yes, we did.
What were you looking for on that date?
Electronics again, and documents.
Okay. Based on what was collected during that search warrant and additional investigation, did you learn who Mr. Pahl's father was?
Yes, we did.
Who is that?
Marvin Pahl.
And on September 27th, did your department conduct a search warrant at Mr. Marvin Pahl's residence?
Yes, we did.
Where did he reside?
In the village of Jackson.
Why did his residence become of interest that required a search warrant?
We had monitored some of Mr. Pahl's jail calls around that time, and in it there was a discussion regarding a dash camera and an SD card that was associated with the dash camera from the vehicle primarily operated by Mr. Matthew Pahl.
Okay, so you wanted to obtain that video.
Correct.
When you went to Mr. Marvin Pahl's residence, a number of electronics were collected, right?
Yes.
Did that include some MacBook computers that you previously heard Detective Fine testify about?
Yes.
And then some SD cards that ultimately you learned had the dash camera of interest on?
Yes.
Did you have a chance to review the dash camera that was located on an SD card at Mr. Marvin Pahl's residence?
I did.
Tell me about this dash camera. Where was the dash camera placed on Mr. Pahl's vehicle?
It looked like it was placed just below the rear view mirror in the center part of the windshield facing forward.
Okay. Were there a number of videos on that SD card from the dash camera?
Yes.
Were you able to identify some particular dates of interest related to the dash camera.
Yes.
What were those dates, if you recall?
August 23rd, September 6th, and September 9th of 2022.
Okay, and ultimately, as part of our preparation, did you and I place those into a PowerPoint so we could easily show all of those videos?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I'm going to show for you Exhibit 105, please. Is it on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, do you recognize this?
Yes.
Okay, this is that PowerPoint I discussed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I would move Exhibit 105 into evidence and permission to publish.
Any objection?
No, sir.
All right, it's admitted, you may publish.
Okay, so we can go to the next slide, please. All right, what date is this dash camera from?
August 23rd, 2022.
And do you recognize the area that's depicted in this still shot of the video?
Yes, this is Delafield Street facing north, south of Summit.
Now, I see a time and date stamp at the bottom. Did you learn through your investigation if that time and date was accurate or if it was not accurate?
It's not accurate.
Okay, what is the actual time based on your investigation depicted in this video?
It would be 8:44 a.m.
How did you learn that?
Learned that, excuse me, we had learned that through watching the Willow Park video when Stephanie Pavlon is seen walking out at 8:39, and Mr. Pahl is seen in the parking lot shortly thereafter on foot, and then his vehicle departs a moment later heading towards Delafield Street.
Okay, where is this Moreland Medical in relation to the Willow Park Apartments?
I believe there's one address, which is another apartment complex that's between Moreland Medical and the Willow Park Apartments.
Okay, so we're going to play slide 2, please. What did you see there, Detective Fredericks?
I saw Stephanie Pavlon's standing in the parking lot on the passenger side of Mr. Pahl's vehicle as he approached.
Were there any other dash camera videos from August 23rd?
There were not.
Okay, so this video basically picks up after the Willow Park apartment videos show the two leaving the apartment.
Correct.
And then we next see them both on, well, we see Ms. Pavlon's on video at the Quick Trip.
That is correct.
Did you also contrast the time period that the Quick Trip video occurred to the dash camera to confirm your belief about the time stamping off?
We were able to confirm that the timing was right with travel time from where Ms. Pavlon's was picked up until they arrived at the Quick Trip on Gulf Road.
Okay, and so each of the videos that you reviewed that were important to this investigation, all of those timestamps were off by the same amount of time?
The ones from the dash cam were off, yes.
Okay. All right, we'll go to the next slide, please. This is listed as September 6th, and tell me what the time and date stamp is there on the bottom.
Time and date stamp is 9/7/2022 at 01:08 hours.
And based on your investigation, you believe this to be what time on what date?
1 p.m. on, or 1:08 p.m. on 9/6.
It's actually 12:08.
Oh, I'm sorry, 12, yes.
12:08 p.m.
12:08.
Okay, on September 6th. Do you recognize this parking lot that we're looking at?
Yes.
What is this?
This is the parking lot that's on the south side of the OEW facility.
Okay, push play, please. Let's try that again. Okay, and the next slide, please. This starts at what time at the bottom?
The dash cam reads 9/7/2022 at 01:09.
Okay, which would be 12:09?
12:09 on 9/6/2022.
Play, please. Detective, explain for us what's the significance of these two videos on September 6th of 2022?
The significance is that Mr. Pahl was parked closer to the exit on the east side of OEW, and instead of exiting there, drove the long way around on that service road and continued out, which in fact would have his vehicle drive past the area, which would be to his east, where we would recover Ms. Pavlon's.
Okay. Also through your investigation, and we'll go through this later, did you learn that he did anything else on September 6th that was significant?
Yes.
What did he do that day?
He went to a car wash
Okay. Where was that car wash located?
on Arcadian Avenue in the city of Waukesha.
All right. Next slide, please. All right, Detective Fredericks, the title here says this is on September 9th between 13:01 and 13:02. Would that be 1:01 p.m. and 1:02 p.m.?
That's correct.
Okay, and are you familiar with the general area that we're looking at here?
Yes.
Okay, what is this area?
I believe this is in the city of Pewaukee on Gulf Road, east of Prospect Avenue.
Okay, and we're about to watch a number of videos from the same day. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Give us kind of a big picture shot of what we're going to be seeing here.
So Mr. Paul's vehicle continues west on Gulf Road. He gets past Prospect Avenue, Highway SS, and continues west, which is the direction where OAW is. As he comes around the corner, Gulf Road becomes two lanes. One lane is to turn right into OAW, and the other lane is to continue west. As he makes the turn, he's in the right lane to turn into OAW. You can see in the background a number of sheriff squads, detective cars there. Mr. Paul then switches to the left lane and drives past OAW.
Okay, so we'll start with this slide, please. Okay, as the video stops here, these aren't clips that you made, right? This is just how the dash cam files came?
That's correct.
Okay. What are we looking at here in the dash cam as the dash cam ended at 1:02 p.m.?
Off to about the 1 o'clock direction of this video still is a bunch of sheriff department squads and specialized vehicles that are on scene.
And your department had been dispatched there around 11 a.m.?
That's correct.
Okay. If we can go to the next slide, please. Okay, this is stopped at 1:05:05. Detective Fredericks, up to this point, fair to say Mr. Paul's traveled some distance from OAW?
Yes,
Okay. And that, he was actually in a residential area there?
he was.
Okay. Play the next slide, please. Starts at 1:07. Okay, and it's stopped. Okay, that clip stopped. We can go to the next one, please. So it starts at 1:07:38. Stopped at 108.29. Detective, is he back on Gulf Road now heading east?
Yes.
Okay, next slide, please. Okay, that video stops at 109. What's happening with the law enforcement presence when he pulls in?
We're out at the scene investigating the area.
Okay, lots of squad cars there, lots of sheriff's department personnel.
Yes.
Okay, next slide, please. Okay, all right, and that was all of the relevant dash camera video from this investigation.
For 9-9.
Okay. After his OAW appointment, there's some additional dash camera of Mr. Pahl traveling up to Jackson, Wisconsin?
There is.
Okay. So after you reviewed this dash camera video, did you also have a chance to review any video that was obtained from the Arcadian car wash?
I did.
Why did you want to look at the car wash video from where Mr. Pahl washed his car?
To see what he was washing, what was happening, were items being discarded or cleaned off, things like that.
Okay. I'm going to show you first Exhibit 96. You recognize this, sir?
I do.
And what are we looking at here?
That's A3 of the Arcadian car wash.
Okay. And are there two different camera views?
Correct.
Okay. One from the back of the vehicle and one from the front of the vehicle?
That is correct.
Okay. Is this a true and accurate depiction of clips of the video that you watched from that car wash?
Yes.
Okay. I would move Exhibit 96 into evidence and permission to publish.
Any objection?
No, sir.
Right, 96 admitted, you may publish.
We can... Okay. Going to slide 2, please. What's the timestamp on the top, Detective?
It's 9:06:22 at 3:04 p.m.
Okay. Start here, please. Detective Fredericks, what was significant, particularly at the end of that clip of video?
He's in the passenger side floor well of the truck.
Okay, and he removes the mats to both the front driver's side and passenger side?
He does.
In thinking back to Mr. Pahl's interview with you in Detective Sites on September 17th of 2022, when did he say he found the note and the purse?
When he removed the floor mats from his vehicle.
Okay, did you see him hold anything up or appear to be reading anything when he pulled that floor mat out?
I did not.
We can go to the next clip, please. Okay, and this is from the back camera angle starting at 3:24, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, start please. Detective Fredericks, to your knowledge, was the tailgate of the truck in proper working order when it was searched by the crime lab and the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department?
It was working, yes.
And Mr. Pahl instead climbs over the tailgate to get into the back of the truck?
He sure did.
Okay. Next video, please. This is at 3:46 from the front camera angle. Play, please. You can stop the video here. So 3:48:45. Detective Fredericks, Mr. Pahl's truck pulled in at 3:04 p.m.
Yeah.
It's now 3:48 p.m. on this video.
Yes.
And he has been washing his truck that entire time?
Yes.
Okay. Is there one more slide? Okay. Last slide, please. Okay. Starting at 3:46 p.m. Can you stop the video, please, at 3:47:09? Detective Fredericks, we've seen now from both camera angles, Mr. Pahl placed the floor mats back in the car. You watched the entire video, right?
I did.
And during that video, did you see Mr. Pahl vacuuming out the car?
No,
Did you see him scrubbing the floor mats?
I did not.
Okay. Did he wash in any way the floor mats?
No.
Okay. We can play the video again. Step at 3:47. Detective Fredericks, throughout the hour that Mr. Pahl is washing his car, does he ever pull out into the camera's view a purse?
He does not.
And does he ever pull out into the camera's view a note?
He does not.
Did you find some inconsistencies in Mr. Pahl's interview versus what you actually observed in the car wash video?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Now, we talked about the search warrant that was conducted at Marvin Pahl's residence and that ultimately a computer was, sorry, we can take this down, I'm done with this exhibit. A computer, or a number of computers were taken from Mr. Marvin Pahl's residence, and then the extraction was turned over to the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department, right?
The devices were turned over for extraction, yes.
Okay. And ultimately, your department receives back a forensic image that can be analyzed, meaning you can review it, you can look through the contents for any investigative leads or items of importance, right?
Correct.
Okay. Although Mr. Marvin Pahl was not the suspect in this investigation, did you learn anything important to your investigation from Mr. Marvin Pahl's MacBook? Let me ask you a different question. Did you specifically look into Mr. Marvin Pahl's web history from his MacBook?
Yes, we did.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 106. Detective, do you recognize this exhibit? Have you seen this before?
Yes, I have.
Okay. What is this?
This is web history that was recovered from Marvin Pahl's MacBook.
Okay. And his MacBook was recovered during the search warrant on 9/27 of 2023?
9/27, correct.
Okay. And this accurately depicts the web searches that you found to be of evidentiary significance in this case?
Yes.
Okay. I would move Exhibit 106 into evidence and permission to publish.
Any objection?
No, sir.
All right, approved, admitted.
So if we can just zoom in a little bit. Thank you. Detective, starting at the very top, we see searches from August 27th of 2022. What is Mr. Marvin Pahl searching for?
He begins on August 27, 2022, looking for Stephanie Pavlans.
Okay. At this point, anyone know that Stephanie is deceased?
No.
Okay. What about on August 28th?
He looks for Stephanie's daughter, Layla Pavlans, and looks for Stephanie Pavlans again, as well as Stephanie's mom, Georgianne.
Okay. He even spells Stephanie wrong, right? It's
He does.
Stephanie, Stepanie. And looking over at the right two columns, those indicate Facebook. What does that tell us?
That there were 20 plus persons with similar names to what Marvin Pahl searched for within Facebook.
Okay, and he was searching within Facebook for those searches?
Correct.
What about on September 9th of 2022?
He again looks for Stephanie Pavlans through Yahoo.
And same thing with September 10th and 12th?
Correct.
What about September 14th of 2022?
Marvin Pahl then searches for the Waukesha coroner's office.
Okay. On 9/14, did anyone other than Mrs. Georgianne Pavlans and Mr. Richard Pavlans know that Stephanie was deceased?
No.
What about on the 14th?
No.
Sorry. What about the rest of the searches on the 14th?
Looking for Waukesha coroner's office news report, Waukesha death notices, and Waukesha death notices today.
Okay. And what about September 19th? What does he search for?
There he searches for Stephanie Pavlans, correctly spelled.
Okay. And that would have been 2 days after Mr. Matthew Pahl was interviewed by yourself in Detective Sites?
Yes.
Okay. As part of your investigation, did you also go to OAW and find out if there was any camera video that you could obtain from that location?
Yes, the detective was sent over there to obtain their video.
And did you obtain and review any video that might be relevant in this case?
Yes.
Did you learn if they had any external cameras at their buildings?
There were no external cameras.
Okay, where were their cameras located that you obtained video from?
They were in the front or the south side of OAW entrances.
Okay, so they depict the people coming and going from the building?
Correct.
Right. I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 107. How far back did OAW's records go in relation to surveillance video?
I believe it was 5 days from when you ask. So
Okay.
they essentially retain 5 days worth of video, and then it either overwrites itself or deletes or whatever.
Okay. Were they able to provide you with video from August 23rd of 2022?
No.
Okay. What days relevant to this investigation were you able to obtain video from?
September 6th and September 9th of 2022.
Why were those two particular days of interest to you?
September 9th was of particular interest to us because we had been called out to the scene just on the east of OAW for Stephanie Pavlon.
Okay. And did you learn if Mr. Pahl also had an appointment on September 6th?
We also learned that Mr. Pahl did in fact have an appointment at OAW on September 6th.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 107. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
Okay. Are these the videos from September 6th and September 9th at OAW?
Yes.
Okay. I would move to admit Exhibit 107, permission to publish.
Any objection?
No, sir.
All right, 107 is admitted.
Okay, we'll start with slide 2, September 6th at 11:54 a.m. Okay, please. And Detective Frederick, who did we see in that video?
That's Matthew Pahl.
Is that the same clothes he was wearing at the car wash?
Yes.
And the next slide, please. September 9th at 1:22 p.m. Okay, next slide. This is September 9th at 2 p.m. Detective Frederickson, looking at the cameras from September 6th and September 9th, it looks like those are two different cameras. Are those associated with different entrances to the building?
Correct.
Okay. Where is this entrance that he enters and exits from on September 9th?
This is more to the west. So the first video we watched where Mr. Paul is exiting is to the east or the east end of the building. This particular camera and entrance is west of that.
Okay. And based on the dash camera, do you know where Mr. Paul parked on September 9th?
He parked closer to the east entrance.
And walked further down the building to get into the west entrance?
Correct. You can see him coming from the left or the east as he approaches on his way in.
And then when he leaves, he goes towards the west?
He takes a right and starts walking to the west.
Okay. Thank you. All right. A few more things here, Detective Fredericks. As part of the initial investigation, you obtained a phone from Georgianne and Richard Pavlon at their house that they told you belonged to Stephanie. Is that right?
That is correct.
And a download of the phone was completed, and you were able to review some of the messages between Ms. Pavlon and Mr. Paul on that phone?
That's correct.
Okay. If you recall, how far back did those messages go?
It was in 2020.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 102. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
What is that?
And that's a Celebrite extraction report for the first cell phone that we had obtained from Stephanie Pavlon's given to us by her mother.
Okay. And did you separate out just the messages between Stephanie and Matt in this report?
I did.
Why did you do that?
To make it easier to navigate and digest.
And as you continued your investigation, were you trying to determine the relationship between Matt and Stephanie?
We were.
And were you trying to determine if there was any problems in the relationship?
That's also correct.
Why would that be helpful?
Because we wanted to know if there was any reason or any history of violence between Matthew and Stephanie, and if this phone contained any messages that would speak to that prior history, any photographic images that depicted any type of injury.
Okay. And just based on your review of this, does this appear to be a true and accurate copy of the report that you generated for those text messages?
It does.
Okay. I would move Exhibit 102 into evidence and permission to publish.
Any objection?
No, sir.
All right, admitted and you may publish.
All right, Detective, we're going to show this on the screen, but I also wanted you to have a hard copy so you don't rely on us to scroll as you read. So starting on page 2, that first message, can you tell me, based on this information that we're looking at, who are these messages, who's that first message from?
That first message is from Stephanie.
Okay, and who is it to?
The contact is listed as Chewy.
Who do you know that to be based on your investigation?
That cell phone number is associated with Matthew Pahl.
Okay, and is that also that nickname Chewy, a nickname you came across in their communications?
Yes.
That's a nickname Stephanie used for Matt?
Correct.
All right. And what is that first, what's the date of that first message?
12/24/2020.
Is this the oldest message on the phone between these two parties that you've tagged as evidence or interesting to your investigation?
That is correct.
Okay. So that message is from Stephanie to Matt. The next message, I just want to make sure we understand as we look at these, how can you tell who that message is from and to?
So on the left, to the left it says from, column is from, and then next to it is to.
Okay, so if the from column is blank, that means that the message is from Stephanie.
That is correct.
And if the to column is blank, that means the message is to Stephanie.
Also correct.
All right, thank you for that clarification. So the first message, can you read that?
Did you talk to anyone besides me?
And that's from Stephanie,
Stephanie.
to Matt?
Correct.
And what's Matt's response?
When? Just teacher, and she was like a friend to you.
Were you able to determine through your investigation who teacher was?
Yes, that was one of the females that reside in the Philippines that Mr. Pahl had a online relationship with.
Okay, and it dated back to 2020?
Yes.
All right, what's the next message and who is it from?
This is from Stephanie to Paul, and it states, "You're probably going to be up late tonight anyway. I'm sure she's going to start bugging you.
We go to page 3. What is his response?
F you for even starting with me. See how your mouth is when you end up staying there."
What's the next message?
This is from Matthew Pahl to Stephanie. "Did you send on Skype looking for a companion?"
And her response?
Yes.
How does Mr. Paul respond?
He states, "My God, that's it with that phone. That's why it's going to be returned.
And the following message?
F stupid shit all the F time."
Page 4, message 10 on December 24th of 2020. What does Matt say?
He states, "I'm done with this shit. The rest of your clothes are going in dumpster."
Okay. Skipping forward to page 5, message number 17. What does Matt say to Stephanie on January 16th of 2021?
Can you clarify the date, those messages, as you go to them, please?
Yes. This message is from January 16th of 2021. What does he say?
The owner was just here. Things are going to change with you.
And message 18 on January 16th, 2021 at 2:32 p.m.
No. Read again about immigrants already here. You better ration that S ... Because if you don't get your head together, you're not coming back here. I'm not losing my place.
And Stephanie's response?
I understand.
Page 6 on January 19th of 2021, the message Matt sends to Stephanie. Message 21.
You better stop calling and tell me what you're doing. And instead, you better start asking what we need to be doing.
His next message?
Not giving you shit if you're nodding out.
And his following message at 6:12 p.m.
I am going to look at motorhome and get female roommate if I have to.
What was Stephanie's response?
Come on, booby, you don't need to do that.
Was Booby a common nickname you saw in these messages?
Yes.
What about page 7, message 26 on January 20th of 2021?
3:47 p.m.?
Yes.
You always wake up with stiffy, and one thing I wonder about this teacher is she is not going to be able to handle you like I can.
And that's from Stephanie?
Correct.
What's Matt's response?
I go back and forth with her. Don't you want me to be with a good person if something happens to you? Stop smoking and gain weight.
And Stephanie's response at 9:26 p.m.
Have fun chatting.
Page 8, going to message 33 at 1:20 on January 21st of 2021. What does Matt send?
10:47.
Sorry, Stephanie sends.
Sometimes I feel that you enjoy talking to them more than feeling the love I still have for you and always will.
And Matt's response?
Stop or no more shit.
Okay, then turning to page 9 at the bottom, starting with message 39 onto the top of page 10. On January 23rd of 2021, there's 3 messages. What are those messages?
I'm sorry, could you ask that again?
Yep, starting at message 39.
Okay.
Matt sends.
Yes, send Stephanie a message, call me.
And the next message?
Chump.
And at 2:28 p.m.
What the F, answer phone.
Going to page 12, message 53 on January 26th of 2021. What does Matt send?
You bitch ass motherfucker, where are my shit?
Next message?
There is 4 missing from each bottle.
And how does Stephanie respond?
What the hell are you talking about? I only got what you wanted and what you gave me.
And in the following page, top, page 50, or message 56,
Pray you're right.
following message?
There's only 45 Z's left. That's not going to be easy.
And how does Stephanie respond?
We should be able to make it.
Okay, so those messages from the 26th, what do they appear to be talking about there?
Drugs.
Okay, medications of Stephanie's?
Yes, these are often referred to as, or a short name for alprazolam.
Okay. And the message, we should be able to make it, that was from Stephanie?
It was.
Then message 59. Who sends that?
This is from Matt to Stephanie.
And what does he say?
Missing shit too. You better call me in a little bit.
That was on January 27th of 2021?
Yes, it was.
And what's the next message from him?
I hope to God you didn't take shit out of bottle or I'm calling this morning. What was planned this morning?
And Stephanie's response at the top of the next page on January 27th?
No, I didn't. You wanted me to come over before my appointment to send money to the teacher.
In your investigation, did you learn of any money orders that were being sent overseas by either Stephanie or Matt?
Yes, they were sending money over to the Philippines via Western Union.
Okay, including Stephanie?
Yes.
Page 17, please. Starting at the top of page 17, message 76 from January 30th. Who sends that message?
Paul,
And what does he say?
I'm here at the library. I'm going to count them up. I'm not sure how many days I'm going to give you, but I need you back at the house within the third day. That get us in order with a lot of things.
Next message.
I think you took Z's out of truck when we were at Planet Fitness.
And how does Stephanie respond?
Stop it. I did no such thing.
And Matt's response at 5:17 p.m.
No more second chance. Sorry. No more second chances. Straight to month. If you expect to work, you're going to sign paper.
And top of page 18, on January 31st of 2021 at 12:01 p.m., what does Matt say?
That's not how to start with me, and you know this. That's why I do what I do. You're the cause of too much trauma, whatever you say. You're not going to give me stroke. I need a woman to help me.
And Stephanie's response at 10:48 on February 1st?
I can't come back here for quite a while once I come back to you. Just want you to know that.
And his response?
Then don't stupid shit.
Page 19, message 87 on February 28th of 2021 at 7:32 p.m. What does Matt say?
Bottle that dented your head.
Was that message significant to you in your investigation based on other things that you knew?
Yes.
Why?
There was, as I recall, diary entries regarding that and a doctor's visit possibly related to being struck in the head with a bottle.
Okay. And message 89, what does Stephanie say on March 1st of 21?
Good night. Don't stay up too late talking to teacher.
Page 21, message 100 on March 4th of 2021.
Have fun on your date. I feel like she took my place already.
And sorry,
I will text you in the morning.
who sends that message?
That was Stephanie to Matthew Pahl.
And how does he respond?
Stop the immaturity.
His next message on March 5th?
I'm calling Doc if my pills don't show up.
Next message on the top of page 22 from March 5th?
I don't feel good and I want my shit or I'm calling.
Based on the context of all of these messages, do you know who he's threatening to call?
Yes.
Who was that?
He had threatened in the past to call her doctors, her prescribers, the doctors that were prescribing the medications that he was looking for.
Okay. Message 104 on March 5th, what does Matt say?
F you.
And Stephanie's response?
Getting your meds now.
The next message she sends?
For you helping me out, and I hope you calm down. Don't let those women get you so wrapped up in their baggage, parentheses, teacher. I'm always here for you.
Okay, page 23, message 110 on March 24th of 2021. What does Matt send?
I'm not afraid to call your doc and tell him what's in your system and you're abusing your drugs. You will get them terminated.
Stephanie's response on March 25th?
There seems to be an emergency going on with my mom. She can't drive, her stomach is upset again, and she has been going to the bathroom. She can't drive me home.
How does Matt respond on that same day at 7:01 p.m.?
Well, then I'm going to call the doctor tomorrow morning. You have me running the F treadmill to tell me that B.
Next message on the top of page 24.
And every pharmacy in Delafield, you better F call me right now. I don't want to text.
Okay, so that message was sent on March 25th. The next message is on April 21st of 2021.
Correct.
And what does Matt say?
Where are you? Still didn't take Z.
And Stephanie's response?
At Walmart in line for money order.
Top of page 25, March 28th of 2021. What does Matt say?
Another thing, I'm going to start cutting those patches in half because you're not listening.
What is he referring to with patches?
I believe she was prescribed Suboxone patches.
Okay, and those are like a subdermal patch that goes on the skin?
That's correct.
And what would happen if you cut them in half?
I would imagine they would be half as effective.
Okay. And what's his next message at 1:38 p.m.?
Patches at Walmart, what's the status?
Next page 26, message 125 on April 30th of 2021. What does Matt say?
I'm sorry, what was the time?
Yeah, for April 30th at 5:43 p.m., message 125.
You still alive, S on a kitchen chair, and you did not clean garbage pail, so penalty.
Next message.
Yeah, you might have gave me your whole script, but you're still getting S. So don't forget that you make it sound like you did me some special favor. You should be getting nothing.
And his next message at 7:11 p.m.
Just so you know, you were supposed to give me those patches, and you were supposed to help me hook up an app to record on my phone as a result. I could not record the hearing, so right now you are done until that S is done, and I F mean it.
Presumably those words with stars are curse words?
I would think so, yes.
Okay. Page 27, message 131 on May 1st. What did he say?
Also be very careful what you text on here.
Is that a common theme in these messages, that Mr. Paul would make references to that?
Yeah, he would send that text reminder fairly regular and encourage Stephanie to delete the chats.
Judge, I think now might be a good time for our afternoon break.
Well, do you?
Well, Mr. Gallius has indicated that he would like a break. I was trying to be kind to Mr. Gallius.
Okay, let's take a break.
All rise, please, read.
All right, have a seat, everybody. Thank you. All right, anything before we take a break from the state?
No.
Mr. Gallies, go ahead. Anything we need? All right, we'll take a break. Probably, usually they take a little bit longer, about 15 minutes or so. Okay, folks?
Thank you.
All right.